The Anchor Signal. Chapter 3. The Night Spine. I'm trapped in a box, thought Ray. What is it made of? He thought about silicone and carbon fiber and plastic tabs and copper wire. His mind scampered to cooling pumps and filters and tin solder joints the thickness of a toothpick. He thought about power supply. Christine knocked on the door. He'd locked himself in the bathroom. He stood there, leaning on the sink, breathing hard and looking in the mirror. Panic scorched through him and rattled his extremities. Shaking, he studied his reflection, eyes wide. "Ray," she said, "open up, baby, please." "Just need a minute," said Ray, watching himself say it. Throughout his life, he'd always had this unsettling feeling if he ever glanced over and caught himself talking in the mirror. It felt like a small, out-of-body experience, like the person in the mirror wasn't really him or didn't match the mental image of himself. Now, with the realization that he was trapped in a man-made box for eternity, his reflection felt like a wax automaton staring back at him. That wasn't his skin. He punched the mirror. He needed more than a minute. He needed to know where his body was. What happened to it? Touching his face, he remembered the crash, the impact, the fall, the black water. He flinched at his reflection in the broken glass. I'm looking at a corpse, he thought. "Ray, honey, are you okay?" "Yes, I'm fine. Just fell. Be right out." He wondered what spoke to him on the other side of the door. Was it Christine? Was it a copy? Was her brain in a jar somewhere, submerged in a few pints of artificial cerebral spinal fluid, pushing signals to the server? Was that really her speaking to him? Whatever the case, he couldn't stay in that bathroom for eternity. "Ray, you should know that it's totally normal to have this reaction," said Christine. "The mind needs time to accept this new reality. In the natural world, we're often given the time to process through Ross's 7 stages. It all just happened to you in an instant. You poor thing. I'd like you to talk to someone." She led him back to the bathroom, where he found a psychologist waiting on her monitor screen. The doctor wore blue-framed glasses and a white lab coat, and Ray wondered if she was real or an AI. Most likely AI. "Ray, I'm Dr. Vale. You don't have to understand this yet. Just look at me and take one breath. You are safe right now." "Am I? Okay. Tell me this. Where is my body right now?" "I am going to answer you, but I need you to stay oriented, okay?" "I am. Where is it?" asked Ray. "Your biological remains were recovered from the bay," she said. The words put him underwater again. The doctor continued, explaining how he needs to stay oriented. He's safe in this moment, and so on. But Ray didn't hear much. Maybe a word here and there. Medical custody and continuity event and such. None of it mattered in that moment because Ray's panic washed him away, right through the window and into space. Her voice drifted off, leaving his thoughts in the cold void. My remains, he thought. Did they put them in a black bag? Was it all in one piece? He imagined them lifting the car out of the bay with some enormous crane drone, the water dripping off in sheets. They would drop the heap on the bridge, blocking traffic for miles, the headlights pale and grainy in the distance. Given the mangled vehicle, they'd have to pry it open with the jaws of life. Only in Ray's case, it was death. A corpse. They'd put it in a bag or cover it in a sheet and gurney it away to some horrible little van. The coroner's van. Or was it a more tactical situation, given the needed brain upload and the service level agreement? Did a team descend from a helicopter spotlights and all in the rotor wash over the bay? Did they rush to the car and pull him out to tap into his skull and get that upload? The questions kept coming in his mind while the doctor thing droned on. He couldn't focus. He was about to ask a question when an alarm sounded and an AI announced, "Incoming hostiles." "God damn it," said Christine. She ran to the bridge and called back, "It's the Night Spine! Get up here!" Ray knew who she meant right away. They had many encounters with the Night Spine when they played the Continuum as the living. It was only when players died that they became true citizens in this virtual world. It was only after death that they would leave their monitors behind and achieve full immersion. Here, the dead had many names for the living: breathers, tourists, meat walkers. The Night Spine were a non-player NPC faction of characters who were modeled after the Hells Angels. If the Hells Angels had been dragged through a slaughterhouse, rebuilt with engine parts, and marauded the cosmos in horrible scrap machines. The developers of the Continuum created the Night Spine as one of the scary factions to keep things interesting. Many of the players, both dead and alive, complained recently that the Night Spine had grown too strong. There were reports of player ships getting shredded within moments, having no chance. There were also complaints that the Night Spine AI had become sociopathic, perhaps playing the role too realistically when it came to brutality. In any case, their presence on the radar had Christine in a panic. She barked at Ray to man the rear gun, giving him direction urgently. "Down the hall, second hatch to the left. Down the ladder to another hatch. Open that and drop it to the gunner ball." She switched off the alarm. "Got it." Ray hurried out while Christine feverishly pushed buttons on the console. He felt her banking the ship already. His breath hitched when he opened the second hatch and looked down into the gunner ball. The glass was one solid curvature with no seams. All Ray could see was stars. It was as if he just opened the hatch to the void. Even after his eyes adjusted and registered the clear glass, his mouth dried as he descended into the ball. It felt like jumping down to the edge of a cliff. "Strap in down there," said Christine through the console. "You're on an open mic, so you can just talk to me. They're at 11 kilometers and closing. You should see them soon. Don't forget your targeting visor." Ray settled into the seat and buckled in. He put on the targeting visor, a helmet with a radar face shield, and jacked into an enormous laser cannon. His endless game time, combined with the adrenaline of an impending attack, helped a little, but there was a huge difference between a controller and a cannon. He found the trigger and watched his targeting overlay. 11 o'clock, said Christine. "Get ready." Ray couldn't see them at first. He searched the 11 o'clock sector frantically. Then he spotted them, arcing in at a frightening speed. Spaceships that looked like scrap metal cobbled together with razor wire. Bright flashes erupted from their guns, and long red laser bolts raced toward them. "Shoot! Shoot!" said Christine. Ray pulled the trigger. The laser cannon thundered out a shot, kicking the seat yoke back for a moment. His shot sent the bright green laser bolt into the void, a near miss. The Night Spine ship banked hard left and corkscrewed and rejoined the pursuit, guns blazing. "Shoot more!" Ray held the trigger in and aimed. A blistering stream of laser fire traced toward the enemy ship, but the thing was just too nimble for Ray, even with his AI-assisted targeting. The Night Spine spun and angled for a low side gun pass. They hit the Starling with a burst of maw fire, which rocked the ship hard. He heard an explosion somewhere beneath him and felt the ship suddenly lose momentum. "They got the fusion drive, oh my God," said Christine. She started crying hysterically. There was another burst of fire and the Starling listed hard, rocked from the impact of the Night Spine's cannon shot. The lights went out, leaving them in complete darkness in the void of space. They were dead in the water. "Oh, baby," said Christine into the monitor. She was whispering, terrified in the silent darkness as they drifted through space. Ray couldn't see them through the glass, but he could feel them out there. He turned the turret 360 degrees, looking for them. Nothing. Then, a blinding spotlight.